Everyone thinks fat loss is chicken and rice and hours on the Stairmaster. Well, they're wrong. And I found all the greatest diet hacks on the internet, and today we're going to be trying them all. And we'll be beginning this journey at KFC. Rumour has it the Colonel himself ate this meal to get lean. The source was redacted. It's fake news. But the real question is, on a menu where the average calories is over 1,000, how can any of these meals possibly be good for fat loss or staying healthy? Well, that's where the kings and queens of doomscroll social media come in with hacks just like this.
This is exactly what to order from KFC if you're trying to lose body fat.
I'll be scoring all of these meals out of 10 based on creativity, taste, and price. That's looking pretty sad, isn't it? My first rule of fat loss is to stop thinking, how can I lose fat today? And start thinking, how can future you carry on losing fat a year down the line? And the answer to that is not to cut out all your favorite things, but to learn how to balance them into your life and mouth. UK KFC doesn't have that exact Zinger Crunch Bowl thing, but we do have this Zinger Rice Bowl. I asked for them to take the ranch out and put it on the side, but they didn't even give it to me. So we're going without, and we're saving the 50 calories. I do actually have some homemade lower calorie ranch in my car, but that's for a recipe later in the video. And if you're thinking, what a Karen for putting the sauce on the side, by the way, what would a male Karen be? Kevin? Sorry to any Kevins out there, but it is often the case in these recipes that the sauce adds a lot of calories, so it's often worth getting them on the side. Now for the scores. For creativity, I'm gonna have to go a 0. It's literally just something straight off the menu, and there's much more creative things later in this video. Taste, I mean, it does look dry and bland, it kind of tastes dry and bland, but it's KFC chicken, so you can't really go wrong. We're gonna give it a 7. And for the price, £7.99 for all of that from a takeaway place, it's really not that bad. So again, I'm gonna give it a 7. So overall, that's 4.6 out of 10. And this has left me craving something really sweet. And luckily, the next recipe has us covered. 270 calories for this entire chocolate cake. Just like a teenager who's just tried their first sip of beer, I'm skeptical that this can taste nice. But we're gonna give it a go. That's making me want to become like the kid out of Matilda and rub that cake on my face like it's my wife's nighttime skincare routine. So let's make it. This recipe is super simple. For the chocolate frosting, you just mix yogurt, cocoa powder, and icing sugar together and whack it in the fridge to thicken. Early taste test. It's good. Then whisk in your eggs and sweetener until it's fluffy like a... No, I was gonna say like a puppy for the rhyme, but it'd be weird if you were thinking about whisking a puppy, wouldn't it? Add in the yogurt, cocoa powder, and baking powder until you get this. And then just cook for 15 minutes on 180. I feel like I'm probably supposed to have baking paper, but I don't have any. I only realized when it was too late and I poured it in the pan, so we'll see how this goes. It does actually taste like cake batter. I hope I can get this out of the pan. Do you know what? Do you know what? Nah, that actually looks unreal. Oh, that's gonna be so good. I can't believe that worked. It's a bit flat, but it looks good. It certainly looks the part, I'll be honest. Does it taste as good as it looks? It's moist. It is quite fudgy, you know. The best way I can describe this is like a really good shop bought cake. I cannot believe how good that tastes. It's so chocolatey. The sauce is unreal. The sponge is really nice. It's not dry. Usually these high protein recipes are just dry on the underside of your nan's flip flop. But that is good. I actually need to have some more. Oh my God. Okay, now for the scores. Creativity, I mean, it's basically impossible to make a high protein recipe not super dry. So we're gonna have to go 10. Taste, I mean, I was supposed to save some of this for Soph, but there's absolutely no chance there's any of this left by the time she gets home. So we're gonna go 9. Total cost, you probably have most of these ingredients in your cupboard anyway. So boy maths, it's basically free. So we're gonna give it a 9. So overall score, 9.3 out of 10. But maybe you don't want to spend that time baking in the kitchen. You just want something quick, easy, and on the go. I cannot get over how good that is. Well, Wingstop might have you covered. But how can a piece of chicken that has more drip than Justin Bieber be good for fat loss? Well, this creator Sam, who honestly, She's the calorie deficit hack final boss. Literally every other video I swiped past was one of hers. And she might just have the answer for you. Ranch dressing. If it's good, always good. But if it's bad, it tastes like that 1 day out of date milk that you give a sniff test, recoil, and then still drink it because it's the only thing you've got left. So part of this hack was actually to make my own low-calorie ranch dressing. And it was actually super easy. It was just zero-fat yogurt, light mayo, a ranch seasoning mix, and some jalapeno juice. Let's try the mango habanero tender by itself first. I mean, it's spicy. That is hot. Okay, and now with the ranch, which I need to be good because I am sweating. That was so hot. Oh. You know what? Do a little comparison with the Wingstop ranch. It might just be one of those things that when you've made something yourself, it always tastes that little bit nicer, but I actually think they taste equally as nice as each other. So let's score all of this. Creativity, the seasoning that you put on your tenders impacts the calories, so that gets some bonus points. And also the ranch itself, obviously you have to carry it around, but that's about as creative as it gets. So for creativity, I'm gonna give this one a 9. Overall taste, I mean, those tenders are spicy, but it's really good. And the ranch itself, as I said, unreal. So for taste, I'm gonna give it an 8. And then for price, the Wingstop tenders were about £6, and then the ranch per serving is gonna be under £1. So again, for price, it's pretty good. You don't get a great deal of volume. We'll give that a 6. So overall, the Wingstop hack gets a 7.6. All of this fried chicken so far, I feel like we need a breakfast calorie deficit hack that's gonna leave us feeling fresh. And I've got just the thing. When you think of burritos, do you think of healthy breakfast food that you can eat every single day? Probably not, but this hack claims to solve that. I don't know about you, but when I haven't eaten breakfast, I become what a mosquito is like to you on the balcony when you're on holiday at nighttime, trying to play cards, eating some crisps, having some drinks, on the balcony. Persistent. Yeah, my friend told me that happens to him sometimes. Let's make 10 breakfast burritos in 20 seconds. Peppers, potatoes, onion, splash of oil, oven, lean beef mince, garlic powder, chili powder, oregano, little bit of cumin, back in the oven. Then get your egg whites and cottage cheese mixture on top. Sprinkle over some low-fat cheese, back in the oven. Only 445 calories and 33 grams of protein. Delightful. Now before we score all of this, you might be thinking burritos, takeaways, chocolate cake. Is this all a gimmick? Surely no one can be healthy or lose fat eating all of this. I don't know who needs to hear this, but that cauliflower-based pizza you've convinced yourself is nice? It's trash. Singular foods you eat aren't the reason you're gaining fat. Stop blaming carbs. And you've also spent your entire life eating the higher calorie versions of the foods that I've shown today. So why go cold turkey? It's not gonna work. Just make lower calorie versions of your favorite foods. What's not to love? Well, let's see. Time for the taste test. Do you know what? It looked really dry when I first went to try it, but actually it's great. So for creativity, we're gonna give these a 9, because who doesn't love burritos for breakfast? For taste, we're gonna go an 8. I probably would chuck ketchup in mine, but that's just personal preference. And then price, it's £2.55 a burrito, which is obviously more expensive than if you had something like oats or cereal. However, you have to remortgage your right kidney to try and go out for breakfast nowadays, so for price, we're gonna give this an 8. So overall, that gives the breakfast burritos an 8.3, and that chucks these right up there in the mix. But I think that this next hack might give it a run for its money. This is my wife's 16th favorite meal of 2026, and if you're trying to lose fat and build muscle, this is ideal. And don't worry, there's definitely no cottage cheese in this recipe. This recipe is so simple. I switched out the beef mince in the original recipe for chicken breast, just because we prefer that. And I seasoned that in some Cajun seasoning, which is also what I seasoned the chopped peppers and the chopped onion in. You're gonna shred your chicken and then combine all of the ingredients in the bowl with some marinara sauce, and then it's time to assemble. Chicken or beef or whatever you're using in the top left corner. Some low-fat mozzarella. Fold, 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 look at that! Just as they say, a little pocket. Then we just top with the tiniest bit more marinara sauce. Sprinkle a little bit more low-fat mozzarella on top. And then just before you put it in the oven, top with your pizza topping of choice. We've gone for pepperoni on this one. Oh, what? There's one bit left. Every time. Oh. Oh my goodness, that is so good. The best part about this, honestly, isn't even the taste, which is saying something, because for taste, I'm gonna give this a 9. The best part about this is it seemingly solves every single problem that a fajita has ever had. There's no food dripping out of the bottom, and you get to combine the best two foods in the world, fajitas and pizza. So let's move on to the scores. As you might have guessed, I enjoyed this one. And what's not to love? A mixture of Italian and Mexican food, so for creativity, we're gonna give it a 9. For taste, Soph's actually just come home, so she's gonna give it a go.
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. We'll take that. And then for price, there's a lot of quite expensive ingredients for this one, so we're gonna give it a 7. Okay then, so for the pizza pockets, the overall score is gonna be an 8 out of 10. Pretty respectable, but where is this gonna leave this on the overall league table? And most importantly, which hack is gonna finish on top? Let's play a game of 2 truths, 1 lie. Ronald McDonald's wife was named Ronnie. The Big Mac was named after Mac Miller. They turn the lights off in the M when the McFlurry machine breaks down. Yeah, I made all of those up, but they should definitely do the last one. One thing that isn't fiction though, is this high protein McDonald's hack.
Calorie takeaway options from, you guessed it, McDonald's.
Hiya, can I get a cheeseburger please?
Cheeseburger, certainly. Anything else?
Do you do that with a steamed bun?
I can ask if they can do it for you in the kitchen.
Yeah, that would be great, thank you.
No problem. Anything else for you?
Sorry, could I get that with, sorry to be fussy, could I get that with no pickles please?
No pickles, certainly. Is that everything for
And
you?
could I also get 6 chicken nuggets please?
Yep, certainly. Is that everything for you?
That's ideal, thank you very much.
That's great. Big way around here with you.
Cheers mate, bye. So this is the famous steamed bun she's on about. Honestly, it kind of just looks a bit floppy really, doesn't it? That looks worse than the actual bun. I mean, yeah, okay. Obviously we went no pickles because I'm convinced that no one actually likes pickles. People who enjoy pickles definitely enjoy eating their bogies as well. Well, I'm starting to think that you might. Okay, so the hack's pretty simple. You basically just get a cheeseburger and stack your chicken nuggets up on top of it. And then you drizzle sweet and sour sauce on top. And then you're left with that creation. I mean, it does look good, to be fair, doesn't it? I just can't see it being bad. Let's give it a go. Okay, now for the scoring. For creativity, I mean, the total thing is about 600 calories. You can actually get a Big Mac, small chips, and a Diet Coke for like 150 calories more. But this has slightly more protein and fewer calories, so I think we're gonna go 7.5. Now for the price. For all of this, it was £6.38. I mean, it's not like the Mackie Savers menu back in the day, but it's not too bad. If you were on the go and you were after something quick and not crazy high in calories, it's an okay option. So for price, I think we're gonna go with 6. Now for taste, honestly, this is child fussy eater me's biggest dream. The only thing that would make it better is if the chicken nuggets were shaped like dinosaurs, but they're not. So marks down for that. And also you have to take into account it's McDonald's. So we definitely can't go above a 7. So this mukbang, or whatever it's called, is gonna get a 7 out of 10. Out of all the hacks I tried today, there was one clear winner. And it's something that honestly, I will be making a lot more of. And that is of course, the low-calorie fudge cake. I can actually say it's hands down the best low-calorie meal that I've ever made or had. It's so good. But at the end of the day, all of them are winners because it's just down to personal preference and the ones that you enjoy the most. Oh, I think I just gave all the other meals Most Improved Player of the Year award, didn't I? It's the taking part that counts. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you online tomorrow.